You're watching another episode of Shane Solomon Meets, brought to you by the Cornwall channel. I'm your host, Shane Solomon, and today I'm meeting Chris from G&Tea. Chris, it seems like an absolute yesterday since you were here doing the promotional launch of G&Tea, which, by the way, is the most amazing name for a gin I've ever heard.
Thank you.
And here we are. When was that exactly? I've not even looked.
It was October, year before last.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So, a lot to catch up on.
A lot.
So, from those humble beginnings, talk to me where you are now.
Yeah, so, well, a million miles past that point. Yeah, it's been crazy. So since we launched, we had our 3 flavours of gin. We quite rapidly went through a rebrand because we learned that the gins, basically our labelling wasn't doing the gins justice, and we were getting such positive feedback that we created different personalities for each of the gins, and that really, really made a massive difference to us. From there, yeah, we spent a year driving up and down to farm shops and contacting people, doing trade shows, sleeping in fields in the back of vans, doing events and things like that. But it's been an absolutely crazy wild ride, and here we are now up to 5 gins, with a range of teas that accompany the gins, and in over 500 stockists now, including Europe.
That's amazing. I got to ask, where did the name come from? Because really, when you look at it, it seems so obvious, so simple. But the simplest ideas are thought up by geniuses. Was this you?
It was me that thought of it.
Wow.
I wouldn't say I'm a genius by far. Basically, my background is blending teas and coffees, which can be seen on another podcast.
Yeah.
And basically, the idea just came from there, and I wanted to get those depth of flavour that you get from a tea in a gin, and I couldn't find it anywhere because there were all these modern day infused gins, which are just flavours added later to a plain gin. What we wanted to do is really, really capture the depth of that. So I just began playing about, really. The name then just presented itself, and luckily nobody had thought of it before me. So yeah, got that one.
It's brilliant. I really think it's great. Now, for people watching this, business people, entrepreneurs watching this, what sort of people are you looking to connect with that you could work with to take this even further to where it is at the moment?
I mean, basically what we're looking for at this stage, growth is phenomenal at the minute. We've got, as I say, European distribution. We're working with some big consultancy firms that are basically putting us into their client base. But what we are looking for is people who think they can distribute the gin, basically. So different territories across the UK. If you've got an existing alcohol distribution business or you have channels to market, we'd be certainly keen to talk to you about sort of giving you a region and just watching the brand grow, because I can only drive so far in any one day.
Of course.
So yeah, what we need now is a network of people who we can grow, meet the demand, basically, is the key.
Now, is this for sale for people at home, or is it just for kind of wholesale you're going for?
Wholesale as far as the distribution across the country, but as far as for people at home, yeah, you can buy it from our website, which is g&tea.uk. So we do sell to both, yeah, trade and direct.
Excellent. And that's G&Tea.
Yes, it is, yeah, indeed, yeah.
So the backstory then, for those watching thinking, well, how did this even start, apart from your love for blending,
I mean, basically, that is it in a nutshell. That's how it started, and it was a group of friends who shared the same passion. We played about with the recipes for a while, and once we'd actually created it, we thought, right, this is good. We've actually done something good here. Let's get it out into the market, and so the adventure began, really.
Now, I've got to talk about the launch, because you had a fantastic launch up here at the studio, which we're very grateful for doing it up here. But, of course, you had Lucy Starr, I think, from Pint FM, and she was obviously a fan. Then we had Terry May singing as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Liz, your business partner.
Yes, yep.
And I believe we have a mutual friend as well with Jade, and Jade's been instrumental in the launch of this with you. So is there any new additions to the team, or is it still the core people there?
My husband Jay is now full-time sticking labels on and putting bottles in boxes.
Excellent. Well done, Jay.
Some days happy about, some days not.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah, we're just about to launch on a secondary project, which I can't say too much about yet, but we'll be back to launch it with you, don't worry. And that's with my good friend Sarah Hughes, who now runs Sandy Stores down in Pras Sands, who probably a lot of your listeners will be familiar with Sarah. Everyone is.
And I've got to talk about, because we're on a networking platform, LinkedIn, of course, doing this kind of catch up. What's your kind of networking strategy for 2022?
It's basically to use our network of resellers to then basically access direct to the public. And as far as the business goes, we're doing some trade events. So we're at the Southwest Business Expo, which is now 2 years behind where it was going to be. So we booked on just as we were starting, but that's finally going to come to fruition. Yeah. And then we're doing a lot back down in London. We've been invited back to the Specialty Fine Foods Fair at Olympia. So that's always a good little trip. Yeah.
I need to work on getting these gins in my local club.
Yes.
That's
and in the green room.
And the green room. Definitely, we need some in the green room because that is like the centre of attention. When everyone comes, we've got people in there all the time. And they all gravitate to that kind of alcohol area and the coffee.
Yeah.
But it's a nice little area. They all go there. We need to do that. But can people watching this, let's say someone's watching this and they've got their own pub, they've got their own hotel, could they just contact you as well and say, look, we'd like to...
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, you can contact me direct, and we were happy to supply anywhere in the UK direct, and then we have our network of resellers across Europe, which we can then also supply anywhere there as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, absolutely. Please do get in touch. It's just chris@gnt.uk, spelled TEA, as you said.
Indeed.
One thing we are doing this year as well is big collaborations. So we're working with the wonderful Nanny Wendy's Fudge Shop in Bude, who have, I have to say, and this will be a bit controversial, but I think the best fudge in Cornwall.
Okay.
Ooh.
It's out there now.
Yeah, I know, that's it. It's recorded. We're also working with Jollies, which are over 100 years old and a staple of Cornwall, and yet not too many people know that we have such an amazing production of soft drinks.
Are they now LWC? Is that the same people, or are they Jollies?
They're Jollies, yeah. They're back to Jollies, back to the core of what they do, and they have a fantastic range of Cornish spring water drinks. And
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and we always promote their light tonic as our absolute preferred mixer.
Yeah.
We're also working with Gibson's Ice Creams of Lou, and they're actually in the process of creating some gin ice creams for us as well, which will be available from a soft scoop counter in your neighbourhood soon.
Nice.
So yeah, busy at the moment.
Well, Chris, I mean, there's so much there that you've told me about. I'm going to ask the question, though. Is there anything there that I've forgotten to prompt you about?
Lots of events. I do have to mention one event which is going to be quite epic, and Lucy herself will be there as well, so that's a nice throwback.
Good old Lucy Stark,
yeah, absolutely. So we are down at Pengusick Castle on the 16th of April, for the Easter bank holiday, and we're doing cream tea at the castle. So this is a once in a lifetime opportunity to basically come into the grounds of the castle, enjoy a freshly baked cream tea. So our friends from Jam First and a lot of other traders will be there as well. So you can enjoy a boozy cream tea with an incredible view that offers, and you can even opt to have it on top of the turret of the castle.
Wow.
It's going to be quite
How
an
do
amazing
you go about
event.
that? That's the sort of thing I'd aspire to. How do you get into that club?
Friends of friends, basically.
Is it?
Yeah,
People
absolutely.
you know?
People we know who happen to own a castle, yeah.
Chris, look, it's always a pleasure to catch up with you. Your energy is something what I would just love to have just 10% of. And I thought I had a lot of energy, but my goodness, you have loads of it. And you've done so well. I'm so proud of you, my friend,
Thank you very much.
from one business owner to another.
And thank you for your support the whole way.
It's always there. We're huge fans here of you, and not only you, but the coffee and the hot chocolate. It is my favourite. I had one before we did this catch-up. But that's it, my friend.
Brilliant.
Until the next time, always a pleasure. Well, that's it. Connect with Chris if you're not already connected. It might not be the right time for you now, but it might be in the future. But if you know of anyone doing something remarkable here in Cornwall in business, please let me know on shane@cornwallchannel.co.uk. Until next time, it's goodbye from me.
And goodbye from me.